everyone, it's your girl Shay here, and I'm back with a whole new video for you guys. And of course, in this Saturday's video, I have to talk about a new announcement that came out on Tuesday. That's right, I'm talking about the new release and new announcement of the game Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I obviously had to talk about these two games because they're coming out for Nintendo Switch. And as many of you guys know, since Nintendo Switch has came out, there has been talk of a Pokemon game and a lot of people wanting a Pokemon game to come out for Switch. And now it has finally happened. Not only that, but this Pokemon game also has an integration with the mobile game Pokemon Go. So before I get into the whole integration with Pokemon Go, I want to talk about the game itself. Now, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee does take place in the Kanto region. So that means only the original 151 will currently be available for this game. So all the Gen 2s, 3s, 4s, and so on and so forth will not be available in this game. But I'm sure at some point they will probably integrate those into the game, or they might come out with a whole nother game that introduces those characters or those Pokemon as well. Now, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee is where pretty much you choose whichever game you would like to play. If you choose Let's Go Pikachu, then your main Pokemon, your first Pokemon, is going to be Pikachu, likewise for Eevee. And then from there you can battle other trainers and also catch other Pokemon to add into your 6 slots and basically catch them all. Now, one of the things many people found out while watching this was that it integrated with Pokemon Go. And while I know a lot of us don't play Pokemon Go anymore, I think myself is probably one of the few people among my friends that still play it. And I just recently got my boyfriend to start playing it again. And that's because there's been so many new features within Pokemon Go that he didn't know about and that I'm still kind of learning. So I'll go into that probably in a whole nother video. But it was so good to see this integration because a lot of people stopped playing Pokemon Go. As many of you guys know, Pokemon Go came out in 2016, more so the summer of 2016 in July, and it was a huge hit. But after there being a whole lot of issues regarding logging in, and the fact that it was more of a collection game, more less so than a battling kind of a game because you couldn't exactly battle other people, a lot of people stopped playing. But now they've introduced so many different other generations of Pokemon that it's made it a little bit more fun again. But with this integration with the Pokemon game for Switch, I think a lot of people are going to start downloading Pokemon Go again and starting to play. Because this actually allows you to take Pokemon that you captured in Pokemon Go and implement them into Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee. They have sort of a Pokemon park that you can put these Pokemon in that you caught and keep them there. Not only that, but it also has where you can actually catch Pokemon on Pokemon Go and subsequently then have them on Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee. But before you guys ask, it's not vice versa. So therefore, any Pokemon you catch in Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee cannot be put into Pokemon Go. And any Pokemon that you transfer into Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, you cannot bring back into Pokemon Go. So please make sure that you're sure of what Pokemon it is that you want to transfer, and you don't transfer your strongest Pokemon into Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. But there is now a new Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Eevee Pokeball sort of thing, and they show how it kind of works. So it works like a joystick, which actually allows you to use that to catch Pokemon, but it also allows you to take Pikachu, Eevee, or any of your other Pokemon with you, and you can carry around with you in your pocket. This also works for Pokemon Go as well. So many of you guys know there used to be the Pokemon Go little handheld watch thing that you could put on your pocket. I know for me and my boyfriend, we put them on our Apple Watches, and it allows you to catch Pokemon without actually having to open up your phone or even to spin Pokestops, and you're able to get Pokeballs and also catch Pokemon at the same time. The Pokeball works the exact same way and allows you to catch Pokemon or possibly spin Pokestops without having to actually look at your device. And it'll light up to let you know whether or not you've caught the Pokemon, whether it's run away, or whether you were unsuccessful of spinning the Pokestop because you were then too far. One of the things, though, that I've noticed, or one of the things that I've seen with Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, is that Battling is very different. You cannot battle the other Pokemon, so the catching style is very similar to that in Pokemon Go, meaning you basically use the joystick and you throw it just like how you did when any one of us that had a Wii would used to like have to bowl or box. You use that kind of emotion to be able to catch this Pokemon, and very similar in Pokemon Go, it has the circle that's green, red, or orange depending on how difficult the Pokemon is to catch, and it'll say great, excellent, nice, or nothing at all to let you know whether or not you've caught the Pokemon, and the same, shaking motion of the Pokeball to see whether or not you catch it or it breaks free. But that's pretty much how that motion goes. So there is no battling of Pokemon in Pikachu, Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, but it's similar to that of Pokemon Go. But this actually has an integration within Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee to allow you to actually play with someone else. So if you have a friend or someone that comes over, you guys can both play this game together. So Pokemon is no longer a single player game. You can play with each other, and you can also end up catching Pokemon together. There isn't a lot known though about this, about whether or not if you both help to catch a Pokemon, whether or not you both get the Pokemon, or is it only on the person's account who was actually logged in or whose Switch that you were playing on who gets that Pokemon. I mean, that kind of suck if you and your friend helped to capture Mewtwo and then only one of you guys got Mewtwo. I would actually be a little bit pissed. Also, if you have Pikachu or Eevee as your first Pokemon, which is most likely going to happen, you cannot evolve them. I know. You can't evolve Pikachu into Raichu, and you cannot evolve Eevee into many of its evolutions. But if you catch other Pikachus or catch other Eevees in the game, you can evolve those. This is mostly because of based off of Pokemon Yellow, where Pikachu, of course, did not want to evolve into Raichu, and your subsequent rival in Pokemon Yellow did not evolve their Eevee. So that is where that comes from. But overall, I'm actually really excited for this game. It comes out in November 16th of 2018, and my boyfriend and I have actually already pre-ordered it. That's why you can pre-order the game now at your local GameStop or even on Amazon. I know if you go to GameStop, you do have to put some money down, but my boyfriend and I put down about $5 each for the games. So we don't really have to worry about it, reserves our copy, and it was super cheap to just put down $5 for the game. You also, though, at this point, though, cannot pre-order the Pokeball Go, Pokeball Plus. You cannot pre-order that because it seems that, from I checked on the website, it doesn't come out until the actual release date of the game. So that is something that a lot of us are actually going to have to wait for. If you're interested in this game, I would suggest pre-ordering it. Not only that, but it will probably make a great Christmas present for anyone out there who's interested in playing this game. And it seems to be actually a really good introductory game for those people who have never played a Pokemon game in their lives, or at least not one on a smaller system. I know a lot of people started playing Pokemon Go without actually playing any of the other Pokemon games, so this would be a great, trial one for them to actually be able to play, because it is so similar to playing Pokemon Go. Like I mentioned before, I'm very excited about playing this game, but I have heard a few people who have played the Pokemon games before, they're not as excited. This is because of multiple reasons. Number one, it only has the original 150 or 151 Pokemon, and number two, it's not a new Pokemon game. It seems to be more of a remake of the red and blue games that we all played back in the late 90s, and while I understand that, it is small steps. Because I know everybody was very interested for a Pokemon game to come out for Switch, but this is a small step toward probably bigger or better games for the Switch that deal with Pokemon. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't get a Switch until they actually came out with games I wanted to play, and I know a lot of people were waiting for a Pokemon game to come out for Switch for them to decide about whether or not to actually buy it. Me, myself, I wasn't excited about Zelda coming out for Nintendo Switch because I wasn't a huge Zelda fan, but once Mario Kart came out, I was super on board with finally getting a Switch, and while I haven't played my Switch in a while, I'm sure with me getting Pokemon, I'm going to be playing it a lot more. But what about you guys? Are you guys excited for this Pokemon game? Are you not excited? Are you someone who has stopped playing Pokemon Go, but hearing about this game is going to make you want to start playing it again? Also, would you guys like me to do a video about Pokemon Go as far as an updated review of Pokemon Go, since it has been almost 2 years since this game has released and a lot of the hype has died down about it? Let me know by commenting down below, and I will be sure to have another video out about Pokemon Go. To be honest, probably whether or not you guys like it, because I got back into playing the game a lot more than I used to, and I'm actually enjoying it a lot more. Also, let me know which copy you will pre-order or you want to buy for Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. I decided to get Eevee, my boyfriend decided to get Pikachu, and this is mostly because of the fact that while we've played most of the Pokemon games, we both kind of had our picks of who we always would get. He always chose fire Pokemon as a starter. I always chose a water Pokemon, and Red chose of course to get Pikachu, while Blue decided to get Eevee. Hence why we chose which one of us got Pikachu or Eevee. Alright, you guys. Once again, thanks so much for watching my videos. Like always, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And YouTube has changed their algorithm again, so please be sure to click that bell icon down below so that you're notified when I come out with new videos, which are every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And like always, you guys, stay nerdy. Alright, you guys. Bye.